Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
Hold on, did you want to check this?
It's on. We're live.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and we're live. We're back, baby.
Hello, everyone.
We're back and better than ever. Super excited. We have an awesome show coming up for you guys. We are going to talk a little holiday travel, and we've been gone for about a week, I think, from the podcast, just because we've been traveling. It's been a weird travel schedule for us.
Yeah, we've been gone from the Sunday Funday Mixology too, because we've had so much going on. But we've got a very, very cool Mixology coming up this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. We'll be back in action with that. But
Yeah, so I've missed 2 weeks of Sunday Funday. And for those that aren't following our Facebook page, what we do is, I don't know why I do this, but
it's something fun.
I like to do this. Everyone, most of us have to go to work on Mondays, and I do this
Mondays
video.
kind of suck usually, which today's Monday, but
It is Monday today.
Yep.
Yeah, if you let it get, I'm not a fan of Mondays. I much prefer Friday or Saturday. But what I do is we do a cool video of me making a drink, and I whip it up, and I show everyone how to do it, and I taste it, and I talk about if I like it or not, and I've had some good ones, some bad ones, some that I'll never make again. But we've been on a hiatus from that for the last 2 weeks. I'm super disappointed in myself, which I am bringing it back heavy.
Yes.
This Sunday.
Yep.
I'm bringing the heat.
We're coming back. But so last weekend, as you know, most of you probably know, we're big Gamecock football fans.
We're
we both
alumni.
graduated from Carolina. Yep.
University of South Carolina. We got to
That's
speak.
right.
We have an international audience. We have to speak to everybody.
Oh, that's right. So University of South Carolina.
The real Carolina.
So we're big Gamecock football fans. So we traveled. It was actually our first time ever, which is kind of surprising because a lot of people have been to an away game, but we've never been to an away Gamecock football game. So this weekend we did a cool weekend getaway and flew into Memphis and then drove down to the University of Mississippi, also known as Ole Miss, and then went to the game on Saturday, spent 2 nights there. Really cool, fun trip. The fans were great, had a great time, and the Gamecocks came out with a win. So it was a great weekend.
Absolutely. And you don't have to travel far to have fun. So we went to that game, and I'll say this. Every fan base can learn something from the Ole Miss fans.
Yeah, even our fans.
We're going to get into like the travel stuff because we have a good show on holiday travel. We're going to talk a lot about holiday travel and all that good jazz because most people are booking flights and stuff for holiday travel. But anyways, I have to give Ole Miss fans a plug. If you're an Ole Miss fan, please pat yourself on the back because the way we were treated as the away team and then how hospitable they were for us.
It was incredible.
It was awesome.
I never would have expected that because you always hear about, people heckling away fans.
Especially when you win, and we won.
Right,
Go
and
Hawks.
we won. And, there was someone who high-fived me. There was someone else who told us, welcome to Ole Miss.
Yeah, we were in the stadium pregame, and then we're walking. We have our Gamecock stuff on. Clearly, we're the away team. And I'm sure people in Europe can... this will resonate because you're the away fan, so you're showing up in someone else's turf.
Right.
And this lady just says, welcome to Oxford.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you get... Yeah, we were like, holy crap.
Really? Huh?
That was awesome.
Yeah. So it was really cool. So, yeah, I think everyone could learn something from Ole Miss fans because I would only think that they're probably the only ones that are that nice.
It's the Southern hospitality.
Very Southern hospitality. So we appreciate that. It was a great weekend. We had a good time.
Yeah,
so.
take notes, everybody. But anyways, we've got a good show for everybody today. Enough football talk. I know you guys here for some travel. So we have a cool show. So the holidays are here.
Which, can you believe that the holidays are freaking here? Like, what day is today? It's like November 5th. It's basically 2019, and I can't even believe that this year has flown by in the way that it has. And it's now the daylight savings time has gone into effect, and blah.
Oh God! Before the daylight savings time is awful.
Yeah,
like
it's
I
horrible.
can't stand it getting dark near 5 p.m.
Yeah,
Like,
it's 5:30. It's dark outside. I just want to put my pajamas on and sit on the couch and do nothing. So
Can we start a petition for everyone to just cut it at 30 minutes and meet in the middle? That way you never have to do it. You just meet it at 30. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there was a senator or something that somebody produced some sort of bill that had proposed something like that to get rid of daylight savings time. But I hate it. So
I don't get it. So yeah, it's just dark.
It's just hard to believe that, okay, here we are again, daylight savings time, and Thanksgiving's in pretty much 2.5 weeks, and then it's Christmas. So it's the holiday season, and that is just very hard for me to believe.
And we all know how that
flew by.
Yeah, we all know how that goes, because when you blink, the holidays are gone. Like, I feel like once you get to October and you blink one time, it's January 3rd. And it's crazy.
Right.
So we all know that people plan a lot of travel during the holidays. And I feel like there's really two types of travel during the holidays. You have the people that book their flights to go home, that live, that they have to fly to get home for either Thanksgiving or Christmas or both. And so you're just planning that trip to just try to get home. And it's I'm pretty sure, I mean, you can correct me, but it's got to be one of the most heavily traveled times.
It is, and that's a common misconception, is a lot of people think, oh, well, the best time to go travel somewhere is during the holidays because, everyone is just spending time with their families and people are just going home for the holidays. They're not, going on vacation. Where, yes, a lot of people are going home for the holidays, but it is, one of the most heavily traveled times of the year, and it is the most expensive time to travel during the year.
Supply and demand. I mean, the airlines know it. So, it's one of those things where if you book a flight and it's near full, the price is going to be higher. So it's like you want to try to get in as early as possible. And I know it's probably hard to plan with PTO and all the other good jazz you have to plan around when you're planning a trip home if you live, say, on the West Coast, traveling back east, vice versa, south, north, even overseas. At least here in the States, you want to book early, right? I mean,
and we'll get into like the optimal time to book holiday travel at a little bit towards the end. But
am I jumping the gun?
You're jumping the gun a little bit, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, we're drinking wine. I don't follow notes when we drink wine, and we're sometimes. So it's really cool. Sometimes when we shoot the podcast, we're drinking coffee.
Yeah.
And in the morning, we're like drinking coffee. We're all amped up. It's like really quick show, really good show. And then sometimes in the evening, we're drinking wine and we're hanging out. And the show notes kind of get pushed to the side sometimes.
That's okay. No, I want to go through like my destinations and then talk about the times to book those.
Don't let me stop your flow.
Okay.
So going to your point number 1.2 or one, where are we?
Whatever point you want to say. But anyway, so, where do a lot of people go for the holidays?
Let me stop real quick. Let me just say this. Where do people go for the holidays that aren't traveling home? I think we should address that.
Right.
Because, listen, not everyone wants to go home and see their family for the holidays.
Actually, a lot of people want to get away from their
family. Believe it or
family.
not, we get a lot of calls. We're like, hey, I'd rather...
Right.
Sorry, Grandpa, or sorry, Mom, we're taking the kids to the Caribbean, or we're taking the kids on a Disney cruise. What's the most common trips you see? Destinations, those kind of trips. Not, hey, maybe they're not getting away from their family, but they just would rather say, holidays are hectic. It's a perfect time to go to the Caribbean or the islands or something. What do you got for me?
Right. Yeah, so first, I would say one of the most common destinations is the most magical place on earth, which is Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
We do a ton of trips to Disney World. All throughout the year, but definitely during the holidays, I see a lot of multi-generational families going there. So, grandparents are taking their children and grandchildren and sometimes even great-grandchildren and going down to Disney World for the week. And, they have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party there and just lots of cool festivities that you can do. And that's very popular.
Yeah.
So
here's what's crazy to me. So Disney, I just saw something on the travel news that popped across my email. Disney's already set it all up. Like it's Christmased out, right?
It's all set up.
It is holiday season at Disney. And for us here, at least at the Penyak Travel Compound, we have not set up anything for Christmas yet.
No, I haven't even taken Halloween stuff down. So
Yeah, I mean,
we're not even set up for Thanksgiving yet.
I like Thanksgiving.
Right.
You
Everybody
know, so
forgets about the turkey.
I every year,
Yep.
the turkey holiday gets diminished more and more. It's
Yep.
a shame.
That's right.
I'm going to have to do a Sunday fun day on saving the turkey day.
That's a good idea.
Maybe do a drink like the Pilgrim's drink or something.
Yeah, that's a
Mead
good
or
idea.
something weird.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to make that. So
Yeah.
anyways, but yeah. So is there somewhere specific that you would recommend for families? Like say you do have a family of 3 young kids and 2 parents in their 30s or 40s, and they're like, hey, we don't want to fly across the country for the holidays. We want to get the kids away. We're going to go on a trip. What would you recommend?
Well, I mean, Disney is great for that because, number one, you're in Orlando,
Perfect.
and that's Florida. So, generally speaking, in December, it should be somewhat warm. So, you can hang out by the pool one day, go to the parks. There's tons of stuff to do. And they have big villas if you want everyone to stay in one, place, or you can do separate rooms.
Yeah.
And then, not everyone has to, go to each park every single day with you if you don't want to. You can split up and do your own thing. And there's downtown Disney with lots of cool restaurants and bars and a bowling alley and a movie theater. So, it's a great place. And I would say one of the most popular for holiday travel, especially for families.
Yeah. And I personally love Disney. I mean, we don't even have kids, and I love Disney. Going to Epcot and bouncing around.
Well, that's the adults' playground, yes.
I know, yeah. Well, it's really cool to bounce around the world and not want to say have a drink at each country because that's too many.
Right.
But find your favorite countries, Italy,
Yeah, and you can
bounce
also
around.
go and get a snack at each one, and so that's really cool.
Yeah, it is
Epcot's
cool.
fun. And then the Animal Kingdom, I love. They have all the
Yep.
animals there, and that's a really nice place. Magic Kingdom's obviously geared more towards children, but that's why it's great for families,
Yeah.
especially over the holidays. So
Yeah, and I really want to go see it during the holidays. I went when I was real young, and it was spectacular. So I've got that kind of youth memory of what that was like. And I think to go back as an adult and to kind of see it, I think it would be good to do.
are you forgetting that we went about 3 years ago?
You're right. We did go. We went 3 years ago, and it was in January, right?
It was.
It was
yes.
right after Christmas. And then
Right.
did they have the Christmas stuff up?
No, they did
I was
not.
about to
It
say,
was
because I
gone.
would have remembered that. Yeah, so they take it down
was
pretty
gone.
quickly.
It is time for us to go back, but yeah,
They're
was
not
gone.
like those people that keep their Christmas stuff up through like April.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, sometimes everyone knows you're cruising through your neighborhood and you see the person that's got
that still
their...
has their Christmas tree up or their Christmas wreath on their door.
and
yeah.
it's like Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah. So another, really popular thing that people do when speaking on Disney are
Yep.
Disney cruises.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they have, the very maritime sailing. So it's kind of the same thing. It's the Christmas theme. Sorry, that was our dryer. If you just heard that buzzer.
It's really close to the podcast studio.
Yeah. But, same kind of concept, the Christmas theme all throughout. But they have the very maritime sailings. If you go, those start in November. And if you go in November, you can get a little bit better price on it than going right over Christmas. But that's another great way, to travel over the holidays. You can get a little tropical feeling and then still have the Disney flair. So,
Would you recommend, like, say you can only do one or the other, and this is for, say, a family that's only been at Disney once. Would you and say they're open to both? Would you recommend, if you've been to Disney only one time, would you recommend going back to the resort or back to the property, say in Orlando, or would you say, hey, you've been once, I think you would enjoy the cruise better? What would you say? I'm just curious. what
well,
your thoughts would be.
it all depends on
And
what
what's the-
kind of vacation you're looking for. If you're looking for a more relaxing vacation, then the Disney cruise. Well, I don't think cruises are super relaxing overall, but generally
Depends on your pace. I mean, some can
Right.
really chill, but
Right, they can be, but that's going to be more relaxing than waking up and being at a park at Disney World at 9 a.m. and staying until 9 p.m.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It all depends on what kind of vacation you're looking for.
do you do more land Disney during the holidays, or Disney cruises more of the holidays? What's more popular?
It's about even.
Yeah.
It
That's what I was
really
thinking.
is. It's about even. And, I don't have anyone doing it this year, but you can also do both, because there's plenty of cruises right out of Port Canaveral. You can do a short 3-4 night Bahamas cruise from there, and then just hop over to Disney World and spend a couple of days there, and then there you've got a week vacation. So that's popular also. Like I said, I don't have anybody doing it this year, but it's a great way to split up, and I would suggest doing Disney World first.
Yep.
And then that way you can relax after all the craziness.
Yeah, because cruises, with all the stops, if you haven't been on many cruises, especially, they just you're kind of on a schedule. Whereas if you're at the resort, you can kind of do your own thing, or if you're just doing land only, you can kind of do your own thing at your own pace.
Yeah, but you're going to be at Disney World land only doing way more because it's go. You're visiting the park, so no, you want to do that first and then go and relax on the cruise.
I like it.
Another popular thing is going to,
and these are in no order of our favorite.
No order.
We're just going through them.
Yeah. But going down to the Caribbean, everyone, when it starts to get cold, you start missing the summer and wearing flip-flops and, going to the beach. So a lot of people like to get away and go down to the Caribbean or just go on any type of cruise, but something tropical.
Yeah.
So that's really popular. There's some great family resorts. I also have, a lot of couples who just don't really want to do anything with their families this Christmas season, and they're going down to the Caribbean, which, hey, I think it's great. So
family drama is real.
It's so real.
Some people say
there's one in every family that you don't want to be around. Let's all be honest here.
It's funny because it's an easy excuse when you say, oh, I got this trip I have to go on. I planned this trip, and it was a good deal, and I have to go to the Caribbean.
Yeah, oops, sorry. It just happened.
We'll see in 2019.
Yeah.
But no, that is real. That is funny. And, we have always traveled around December, January. I feel like because you and I get that travel bug when the weather starts getting cold.
Right.
And we don't do
We've
cold
never been gone over the holiday, but, yeah, we do travel around it. So
we've contemplated it.
Yeah, contemplated it.
Can't lie.
I would love to do that.
No, I think either way is great. Spending time with family, or if you want to take that time because you already have some days off of work.
Right.
Hey, if you take advantage of the days off and go plan a trip. But that's interesting. It's one of those things where I think you really can't go wrong, and I see a lot of the generational travel. That makes a lot of sense. So if you say you host Christmas there or Thanksgiving and you have 30 people there, 20 people there,
that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work to cook. And a lot of people are over that, by the way, cooking for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
God bless people that are doing it. It is. It's a ton. But it's an easy way to say, hey, let's just do this trip we've been wanting to do and take a couple generations out and do something fun. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And there's tons of great family resorts down in the Caribbean that you can go to, and some of them have great water parks and then great things for the adults to do as well, and then you can also go into town, and there's an endless amount of things to do. So obviously we love the Caribbean, so I think that's a great option for holiday travel.
Pro travel tip, and I'm sure you can elaborate on this, is if you're going to book some holiday travel, so we're talking December, January, the Bahamas aren't as warm as people may think.
Right, it's not.
That's why the prices are a little bit lower.
I was going to say that, we'll get into the pricing and optimal time to book in just a little bit, but yes, the Bahamas will be a cheaper destination to travel to than if you were to go down to, say, Jamaica or the Dominican Republic, St. Lucia, because it's kind of like Miami, which it's still nice, there, but at night you're going to need a sweater. And so the ocean water is going to be kind of chilly.
Exactly. Exactly. It's not, if you want that summer feel where you can truly get in a bathing suit, you probably just have to go a little more further south. Yeah. Right. I think Jamaica or something maybe even a little more further south will get you that warm weather that you're looking for if you're going to travel over the holidays.
Right.
So all that being said, we've kind of built everybody up to...
Oh, I'm not done yet with my destinations.
Oh, nope. You are on fire.
Yep.
Okay,
well, just a couple of other topics that I'll just quickly touch on, but very popular.
We're not in a hurry. Take your time. The listeners might be actually go ahead.
Right. Well, a lot of people like to go see the Christmas markets in Europe. So there's multiple ways that you can go and see that. There's plenty of river cruises, or you could fly over there, do a tour, or just do, a fully independent trip over there. But, we can arrange that. So that's a really cool thing that a lot of people like to do. Also, ski trips.
Oh, yeah.
Which everybody, I guess wants to ski. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people like to go skiing. I think I would break my neck, but
yeah, we're not skiers.
So we can put together ski trips though. And then
what's the one you
I was gonna say, yeah,
this is
gonna be my trip of the week. Yes, it's a ski trip. So I just booked a big family, and they are going to Banff, which they're gonna fly into Calgary.
Oh wow!
Yep, and then drive over to Banff, which is like an hour and a half. And you've probably, if any of you are Bachelor fans, if you remember, it was a couple of seasons ago, or maybe even a little bit longer than that, but they did an episode, and it was at the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise, and so that's the same area. So it's right in there. There's tons of things to do. You can go skiing and ice skating, sledding, all sorts of hiking trails, and snowboarding, anything that you can imagine, snowmobiling. So that's a great holiday.
It's very active.
Yes. Yep. And then you can also relax, go have a spa day, go take in some shopping. But yeah, I would say that's my trip of the week.
Trip of the week.
Yeah. It's
7
beautiful.
People going, you said?
7 people. Yes.
Wow.
So it's a beautiful area in Canada. And then obviously you're going to have all the snow on the ground with the mountains, and, whenever I was helping them plan it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to go here like tomorrow." So
we've been almost everywhere, and you want to go everywhere.
I know, I do.
We're human.
Yeah, I know. So we can go.
Hey, you might find a rose petal from the Bachelor show.
Yeah, there you go.
Somewhere.
But that's another great thing is go do a ski trip, and there's still, even if you don't like to ski, because some of the people in that group are not going to ski.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so they're going to go hang out, take in the spa, have a spa day. They'll go snowmobiling, do some of the hiking, ice skating, go shopping, like I said. So that's a great idea and option for the holidays as well.
Absolutely. I mean, skiing's very popular. Full disclosure, I've never been skiing. I'm from Florida. So I don't know, but I know.
I never have either, and I would probably break, I said, my neck if I tried to do that.
I would be worried about you. I think I would be fine at it. I consider myself a decently athletic guy. I would be, not.
So what are you trying to say? I'm not athletic?
You're not. I'm not saying that you're not athletic. I would just want to help you.
Well, no, he knows I would probably bust my butt, and it would not be good.
You and I would both be on the kiddie slopes. We would be picked on probably by other novice and expert skiers because we would be rooks.
Maybe I could just go tubing down the mountain. I think that would be better.
I've seen a lot of awesome videos of that. Okay, I'm in. If you got an idea for tubing, email it in. George@PaniacTravel.com.
Say that, or maybe sledding. Skiing. I don't think I would. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why we stick to what we know: tiki bars and.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We like the Caribbean.
We like the Caribbean. But hey, we do a ton of business with people going to ski trips and group trips and stuff like that all over
absolutely.
The world. But anyways, all right. So can we get the drum roll? Optimal time to book.
Yes.
When the audience has to be dying to know when is. So let's say someone calls you. Let's say you could plan the perfect trip for someone over the holidays, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's, or whatever the holidays around Christmas, Hanukkah, and so on and so forth. How far in advance do you need to book where you're probably getting not because you can't ever guarantee the best deal, but how far in advance really should you be planning? Call it a trip to the anywhere,
right?
Whether it be family or individual. What do you think?
Well, so the first part of that I'll touch on is cruises. So cruises generally come out 18 months in advance. One of the Disney cruises that I have traveling over the holidays, they booked in July of 2017.
Wow. So that's a year and a half?
Right. Yep. Yes. And that's a Disney cruise. And the great thing, which most cruise lines do this, but especially the great thing about Disney is if the price goes down, they will automatically adjust it. And so
really?
client, yes, even though she had paid in full, the price went down, and it wasn't much. It was like $40. And Disney readjusted it and sent her a refund for the $40. So you're not going to be penalized to book. Plus, they have, your deposit's fully refundable up until the final payment. So you are not going to be penalized for booking early. You're going to get guaranteed that you get the best price, guaranteed that you get the best room, location, and everything. So, I cannot stress it enough, especially with that. Book it a year and a half in advance.
Just
do
make
it.
The deposit so you have the option.
Yeah, so you have the option. And if you want to cancel, then cancel it.
How close to the actual trip can they cancel? Like, are we talking 90 days out, or when's the final payment?
Yeah, the final payment, is due 90 days out. So, well, depending on the length, it's generally 75 to 90 days out.
And what does the average deposit look like?
On Disney Cruise, it's 20% of the cruise rate, not including the taxes, right? Now, some of the other cruise lines, it just depends on the length of the cruise. So it generally is anywhere from $100 to $250 a person. But yeah, you're not going to be penalized for booking early. So
yeah, if you, it's like one of those things. If you're thinking about it,
do it, especially with Disney. And the same thing goes for Disney World. If your price goes down or a better offer comes out, we can easily get it adjusted, and it's a $200 deposit, not $200 per person, $200 total per package.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. And then you don't have to, you can lock that in. The pricing comes out like 12 months in advance, so you can lock that in, like, so $200 and make payments on it however you like, and then the final payment is due 30 days before, and it's fully refundable up until 30 days before. So you're not going to be penalized for booking early.
That is awesome. I mean,
right.
It's like if you're considering it, just lock it in, and then you have up until 90 days of traveling to pull it back. Say if you don't want to go anymore, and we always see or hear like, oh, I'm gonna, like, with flights. It's like, I know we've always talked about it. It's like, oh, well, let me see if the price is gonna go down on flights. Well, like 80 to 90% of the time, the prices don't go down on flights.
No, especially not on holidays.
We're just talking generically, but yeah, especially holidays. No way.
Well, I mean, sometimes they can.
Sometimes
I mean, honestly, if you use me, I can tell you if I think it's a high price or not, or if you should book
swagger.
it. Not to toot my own horn, but
you are actually really good at predicting that. I've heard you talk.
Yeah, no,
about
I can tell you, like, I think this is high, or I think this is a great price. You should probably book this. So, generally speaking, I can help you with that, but especially with holiday travel, the earlier you book, even with flights, the better, because the price is only going to go up on holidays. It truly is.
Yeah,
so
don't wait on flights. Don't wait.
Right. I cannot stress how important it is to just book as far in advance as you can. And flights come out 11 months beforehand. So
before your flight date, 11 months behind that, you can book.
Right. So if it's over Thanksgiving, then you can book it, like the end of December or early January. Yeah. Or if it's over Christmas, then you can book it at the end of January, early February.
And that would be our recommendation, because holiday flights, it's all based on availability.
And everybody travels. Like I said, it's a very heavily traveled time. So
if the flight only has 10 seats left, those 10 seats are going to be more
expensive. They're going to be very expensive
than when they have 50 seats left. Right. It's like, don't sit around on it, because say, it's like the flight only has 40 seats left, and you're sitting there waiting, especially around the holidays, you're sitting there waiting for it to go down, and then 10 more seats get booked. Well, then they have 30 seats left. The price isn't going down.
Right. And I'll give a quick example. So I had priced something for someone, a package down to a island. I won't name it which one, because I don't want to give away who it was in case they're listening. But I priced that back in, I think, June, and then in August they came to me and were ready to book, and the price had gone up like $300 a person. Ooh. It was a family of 4. That's $1,200. That makes a big difference.
And it's a low deposit,
and so they didn't do it.
You might as well just lock it in.
Yeah, so depending on where you're going, but down to the Caribbean, generally speaking, I can get you a $200 per person deposit, and that locks in your airfare and resort, so you don't have to pay your airfare in full up front. Then you can make payments on your trip however you like, and then the full balance is just due 45 days before you leave. So
that's a huge benefit to using a travel agent, especially a reputable and
right,
good
you
travel
can't get
agent.
that on your own. So
you have to pay the flight in full if you're on your own. With us, because we do so much business with these airlines, they will let us lock in an air ticket with a land package typically for $200.
Yep.
That's a deal.
Right.
And then you can make payments towards your trip as opposed to trying to come up with $1,000 or $800 at once.
Right.
Book it in advance, give yourself a lot of time, and then throw down $200 and you're locked in. And if you throw down $200 early, you get a better deal.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're booking earlier.
No, absolutely.
It's a win-win.
Yep.
So,
but that's the optimal booking time. We just can't stress enough. Early, book as early as you can, because it's only going to go up during holiday season, the pricing. So
absolutely. And with that said, we're right at the 30-minute mark. Look at us. We don't really have a time limit on these shows, but hey, we're right at 30 minutes. Let's call it a show.
Yes.
Cheers if you're drinking wine with us here. We're having a little wine here.
Well, we also want to say be on the lookout. We are going to have something really cool coming out on our Facebook page for a giveaway that we're going to do. So please,
we're not giving away cheap stuff. We're going to give away some nice stuff.
Yeah. So please be on the lookout for that. You'll have to like our page and share it in order to be entered to win. But be on the lookout for that really cool thing coming up.
Yeah, we're really excited. We don't want to spill all the beans too early, but we're really excited. But anyways, speaking of like and subscribing, please like and subscribe, rate the show, tell us what you think. We put a lot of effort into the podcast. We have a studio here at the Penyak Travel office, and we hope we bring in you guys some value. So if you enjoy the show, please like and subscribe. As always, if you need anything, give us a shout. Hit us up on Facebook or the internet, www.penyaktravel.com. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.